Hello all, welcome to my channel. So today we'll be talking about what is the definition of an actual data warehouse. Before starting this video, if you are new people watching my videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you don't want to miss my future uploads, kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon for the latest updates. Yeah, without much delay, now let's get started. So now when talking about the actual definition of a data warehouse, so it can be described using four main characteristics. So subject oriented, integrated, non-volatile, and time variant. So now let's talk about each and every characteristics in detail. So now let's talk about what do you mean by subject oriented? So subject oriented means this means a data warehouse is designed to focus on a specific subject area. See, what is your main objective of constructing a data warehouse? So, what is the main topic what is the main topic on which you want to focus? So, for example, if your business wants to analyze sales data, so the data warehouse will be constructed around that particular subject called sales. Or else, if your business wants to focus on inventory data, like do analysis on this inventory data, how much sales, how much business they are doing on this particular subject. So the data warehouse will be constructed or designed around this particular subject inventory. Similarly, if your business wants to focus on customer data, so they will design a data warehouse around that particular subject, right? So that is what subject oriented means. So now let's talk about integrated. So in any organization, so data comes from multiple sources. Okay, source A, source B, like source A can be your RDBMS data, source B can be your Oracle data, and so on. Maybe even source C. But when this data comes into the data warehouse, it is clean and unified. For example, source A might be identifying a product. Okay, a product like a shampoo. Like a shampoo is being identified using a product ID in source A. But that same particular shampoo will be identified using a name of the product. Here it is ID, here it is name. But when this data comes into the data warehouse, there will be only one single way of identifying this product. Okay, so that's what integration means, bringing everything together into a consistent format. Okay, so that's what the integrated characteristic means. Now let's talk about what do you mean by non-volatile. So this means once the data enters the data warehouse, it does not change. It stays as it is. So there is no updating, no deleting, no manipulating the existing data. So the historical data remains untouched. So that means once the data is in the data warehouse, it is locked. This is a very important because it ensures the integrity and reliability of your analysis. So whatever data you stored last year will still be exactly the same today as well. So once the data enters into the data warehouse, it is not going to change. That is what it is called as non-volatile. So now let's look at the last characteristic of a data warehouse. That is what is time variant. This simply means that a data warehouse stores historical data. You can go back and look at data from 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago, or even older. So now compare this with a regular transaction system. A transaction system usually keeps only the most recent data, right? For example, if a customer changes their address, the transaction system will only show the latest address. But a data warehouse, it's still going to keep all the address that customer had ever had. That's the power of being time variance. It keeps all versions of your particular data. So now, yeah. So if I talk about in a whole, a data warehouse is a subject oriented, integrated, time variant, and non volatile collection of data in support of management decision making process. So that is the definition of an actual data warehouse. So hope you have learned something from this video. So if you like this video, please don't forget to share, like, subscribe to my channel. So we'll talk more in the next lecture. Thank you. Bye.